Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, Football Therapy, with me, your host, Jan. I hope you're doing well, mate. I really do hope that. Welcome back to Chelsea News. Of course, the daily series here on the channel where I reflect on what's being said about Chelsea throughout the world of media, give you my opinion on it, commentary style, and of course, reach out to yours and your opinion to me. It's more important, friends. Today, we're reflecting on reports, social media reports, that Marcos Alonso has had a big bust-up with the manager Thomas Tuchel, and that is indeed, or in fact, the reason why he was taken off against Wolves. We're going to be getting some information from Nathan Gissing, who is the owner of CFC NewsPage on Instagram and works with DiMarzio, apparently his bio says. I've known about Nathan for a while. I didn't really know whether to think either way about him, but he's apparently got some really good information, so I can only go off what I read and a lot of the stuff that he's got right, and this kid seems to get some stuff right, so we're going to be working off the story he's reported today. Settle in, get comfortable, please do consider dropping a like and subscribing if you're new. Of course, we're nearing 150k on the subscriber count, and that's incredible, so thank you to everyone who enjoys the content and becomes part of the community. Okay, so I'm going to read you this stuff. We're going to reflect on it, potentially his exit, what this means for the group of players, and what we really need, man. If you haven't watched my previous upload, I urge you to go and watch it. It reflects on the story that's talking about a meeting being booked between Thomas Tuchel and Todd Boehly, and hoping we're just moving forward for this rebuild, with, in relation to transfers and what not. So that's lots of positive news. So look, man, this broke yesterday. Certain people were talking about it on social media, and Nathan Gissing, or Gissing, I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm guessing Gissing, tweeted this. Understand Marcos Alonso was subbed off at half-time against Wolves due to a bust-up between Tuchel. Sources tell me it was described as a very heated exchange. Marcus's priority is to leave Chelsea in the summer, with Barça working on it. More details soon, and he gives us more details in a moment. So we did a match review in that game. I didn't know why Marcos Alonso was taken off at half-time, especially to put on Saul. It didn't seem like tactically a way to positively change the game. Nathan goes on to tweet this. More. The feeling inside the dressing room is that this could be Alonso's final game in a CFC shirt this season, or maybe ever, with the Spaniards' priority is to return to Spain. So the Barca are working on it as seen as a possibility, contracts between the agents and the club. It wasn't long ago Marcos Alonso was talking about how he loves Chelsea, and now he can't wait to get out. Look, so what's happened? Half-time at Wolves, I don't know the details, there's speculation and stuff going around, but a bust-up, Thomas Tuchel seemingly not happy, or Alonso not happy, and you can assume and speculate Marcos Alonso has said some things here that's upset the manager to the point where, right, I'm taking you off, and people in the dressing room who represent sources to these guys, these reporters, say, wow, that was bad, and yes, I would not be surprised if I never see him in a shirt again, which is actually huge news. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, having deja vu? I know I certainly am. Remember the amount of grief that we gave Frank Lampard? Well, maybe not me personally, but a lot of people gave Frank Lampard for when he fell out with Marcos Alonso and sat him on the bus at, was it West Brom? Halftime West Brom? Because he wanted to go and sit on the bus and not watch his teammates and support the team. And Frank as a new manager, was still like, no, I'm not having this. You've got to support the team and be part of the group. And had a big argument and bust up with Alonso. And a lot of people were like, oh, Frank Lampard, rookie manager, it's probably his fault. He didn't bench Rudiger. Turns out Rudiger's really good, but under Tuchel. At the time, a lot of people were like, well, so what? A lot of people wanted Rudiger out because they thought he might have been snaking Lampard. I think, this is not about Frank Lampard, so I'm not going to make it about Frank Lampard. This is about Marcos Alonso under two managers. One was a really respected Chelsea legend, arguably Chelsea's greatest ever player. I know that doesn't mean anything for a manager, but it means some respect, surely. Two, it's a Champions League winning manager for Chelsea in Thomas Tuchel, who's navigated Chelsea through very turbulent and difficult times with the sanctions and club sale. And he's been very good. He's like a generally, seemingly like quite an empathetic guy. I do have my concerns, a few concerns about Thomas Tuchel that I've suppressed down after, from his Dortmund and PSG days. People said, look, he starts with a charm offensive and then eventually this like sort of aggression and agitation comes through. And we were like, well, we don't see that at all. Apparently PSG said that first as well. So I do worry that does come out, but hopefully not, touch wood. Marcos Alonso, the second consecutive manager that he's been possibly frozen out of the squad after a bust-up. And now he's pushing to go. Look, man, he's been good. He was amazing in his first season under Conte as a left wing back, and then he was good to win the FA Cup, I suppose. And then Sarri, till now, he's been in and out of the team. And look, man, I'm thankful for his service. I'm thankful for his good performances in and out this season as well against like Liverpool and stuff. We'll talk about what this means for the FA Cup final in a moment, by the way. Yes, so you're probably thinking about that as well. But he's fair. It's just time to go, and he's done out here. We need maybe someone a bit of a younger profile that's going to keep their head in the game, a team player, really doesn't fight back against the coach and just respects the manager, doesn't do like, I know it's his choice, but like when we don't take the knee, decides to stand, middle class, privileged white guy. It's not a great look, isn't it? And taking the knee. And I'm not making this political, whatever your stance is on that. I do think it's important that we fight against racism by doing something in the Premier League. And I know he says he's doing it because he wants to like fight even more against racism, but it's just problematic. And I know this is something when we sign him, but of course he's got that history of when he was in that car accident, and every single game when the away fans get together and he gets on the ball, they just chant murderer, we know what you did, Marcos Alonso, or boo. And sometimes you think it might get in his head, sometimes it doesn't, but ultimately it's just not a good vibe, is it? It's not a good vibe. It's just another reason. I think there's a few reasons why you think, okay, thank him for his service, and yes, he can be very good. But if this is true, again, I'm just reacting off this report that's now very much public domain. If this is true, then it's just another reason. Like, okay, thank you, mate. But if go to Barcelona, we get Chilwell, we'll get a younger, more dynamic alternative on the left-hand side to rotate and challenge Chilwell. Marcos Alonso is similar like Chilwell in the sense of they've both got an absolute rocket of a left boot, but Chilwell's just so much more dynamic. So yeah, we will need signings, and this goes back to yesterday's video of the meeting with Todd Boehly. Like, right, this is what's happening. But lucky, almost lucky this happened before the meeting, if it hasn't happened yet, to be like, okay, well, this has happened, and we need everyone to be on board in the new Boehly era. So can we have an absolute clear out? Todd Boehly will just want an absolute clean slate. He won't want any like demons and skeletons in this closet. He'll be like, all right, we need to absolutely clear this out, start again, and build. And he knows that because he's not just a random billionaire buying a football club. He knows it because he runs sports teams, successful sports teams in different sports. He knows what the importance of a good locker room is. So this is like step one. So what do we do? Because we don't have a left wing back. Do we change to a back four? And do we play Malang Sarr as a more conventional defensive left back? Or do we move Azpilicueta over to left wing back and have Reece James at right wing back? And Azpilicueta, I adore him, and Chelsea's captain. What a legend. He's been really poor recently. Look at his stats and his performances, and he's been getting wound up and over emotional in games. He's been putting out generally poor statistical performances. So really, it's if we're going to play 3-4-1-2, is it now we play? It's going to be Saul or Kennedy. In terms of fitting the role as a left wing back, in terms of what they've played their whole life as a player profile, it's Kennedy, isn't it? Because he's played as a left back and a left winger and a left wing back, but it's kind of like his combined perfect role. A bit of an offensive left wing back, but he's still played left back, which is more than which is more defensively sound than, say, a Callum Hudson-Odoi. So do you bring in a Kennedy to play Liverpool in an FA Cup, or do you just bring him in now and play, I don't know what games we have before the final, but you just say, right, you're playing every single game now, you need to settle into this role, because, boy, you're going to have to start the final. Look, I'd be very surprised if Marcos Alonso starts midweek against Leeds. A conversation and an apology can do a lot. If he knocks on the manager's door and says, look, I don't want my Chelsea career to end this way. I apologise. I got over emotional. We all make mistakes. This absolutely was my mistake. I don't expect you to let me back in the team, but I wanted to apologize. If he said something like that, then there's probably a way back for Marcos Alonso again. But, it's no, for me, it's no good. It's another example of him behaving in a way that's not conducive to the team's success, and ultimately that's paramount, the team's success. That's what's top of the tree, that's what's the most important, and therefore it's got to end. And plus, dude's in his 30s now, we might get a few quid for him because he'll have 12 months left on his deal. It just seems right, but emotions are high at Chelsea in the dressing room. I'm kind of getting more apathetic, just wanting the season to end, which is pretty awful, really, but I just wanted to start anew under the Bowley regime, or the, leadership, hopefully a shift, So I wanted to react and report and talk about that, so I'll put it out to you guys. What do you think? Do you think, yes, he's absolutely got to go? Do you think it's just one of those, do you think he should stay? There's talk that Emerson might be coming back to Chelsea. We know Tuchel loves Emerson. Tuchel always praises Emerson for his, team spirit, training ethics, and how he trains really well. So maybe that's a contrast to what Alonso's been behaving like, and he wants to bring Emerson back in as the rotational choice, and Chilwell's back to start. So Chilwell, if he's good starting every game, and then you have to bring Emerson in every now and again. Hot dog! That's a stronger position than we've been in this season. People might think, we're not signing a new rotational left back, Emerson. But if Chilwell comes back, and Chilwell is just good to go and he's rehabilitated, Emerson coming in as a rotation is a lot better than Alonso being your first choice and Azpilicueta in rotational Sal. It's still a massive upgrade. So that would be hugely positive. But yeah, let's start up the conversation. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. I'll be keen to hear your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the situation. And of course, keep it locked. Make sure you subscribe, turn the bell on, because I'm going to update you as quick as possible when new stories come out. And there's some new stuff on the channel that you've got to look forward to, hopefully, if you enjoy the content. See you very soon. Peace.
You ain't so tough with that bad boy tuck. I'ma get it how I'm living, I'ma walk the walk. Outline my lines, I rap through thought. Body bag the verse, outlined in chalk. In my life seen trouble, hustle on the double. Silence on the trigger like my pick got a muzzle. Yo, chick like to guzzle, bad boy stay in trouble. I only love this paper, sorry I don't. I laugh me, baby.